Ladies and gentlemen, it is another episode of the Lifeline Arena Podcast. And this afternoon, we've been joined by Gordon Gumisiriza. Nyans, I want you to agree with me. It's a moving experience as far as basketball is concerned in this country.
This man has been in the
As,
system.
as someone who has traversed from as low as secondary school basketball through lower divisions into management, and most definitely, like most of you might have known, he contested as the president, FUBA president. And that is a conversation that we shall have later on. But Nyans, thank you so much, Gordon, for making time coming through at the Lifeline podcast, where we discuss matters of basketball. And we are not going to take you as low as secondary school basketball, though later on we assure you that we shall host you about that. In this particular one, we are going to be talking about lower division, facts about welfare, what the future looks like for those players, and what are the plans in the pipelines for these youngsters. Uh, Take a moment and say hi to our viewers.
Well, thank you very much, Lifeline Arena, for hosting me today. It's a pleasure that I've gotten the opportunity to come and discuss with you and share with you matters pertaining to basketball, and as you mentioned, especially lower league basketball. And I'm happy to be here. I hope we can have very good sharing that can help us also grow our sports to as much an extent as we would expect in the near future.
Thank you so much for making time. Nyans knows where I always start from when it comes to lower division, and it is one of the most heard about questions when someone sits here. Why is there a lot of hustle and nashing when it comes to players in Division 1 and Division 2?
Hustle and nashing, if you could expound on that.
In terms of welfare for these players, we have. I come from Division 2. I have played at least in Division 2.
Which team?
No, I'll not mention.
I'll
I'll not mention the team because I signed a non-disclosure contract, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where you don't even say which team you left.
So this is the point. So no, Nyanzi. The point is here. The point is here. Abanaba Division 1, for some teams, they do not get facilitation in as low as transport facilitation and meals. Maybe on court, my game is in the afternoon and all that. I have to stick around, maybe watch how this team is playing right now so that we prepare for it, because you always play against all teams. You get it?
Yeah.
So that's some teams that have not gone even to that detail of providing as low as transport refund and probably basic meals during the game day.
Yeah, perfect. If you look at it from the perspective of the player, most definitely this is very true. But I would like us to look at it from the perspective of the team that that is supposed to remunerate these players. Where we come from, Iron Nyans, you're definitely still very young. But Iron Nyans, we come from a place where back then we would play for you come to play for bragging rights. Prestige. You come and Bakal is playing against Sky Jammers. You beat Sky Jammers, it's enough. You walk back to Chibuye, then take a taxi from Chibuye to Zana, and you guys spread out to wherever. But times have changed, and you can't expect the same thing.
Just a moment there. In your age, you guys. So was it like? It feels like it used to be like pick up for you guys. Could it relate it to that vibe?
Yeah. For us then, it wasn't actually pick up.
I think it was a competition.
It was a sense of it was pick up, but now in jerseys, in uniforms. Yeah, there's the other guys who side belong to that side.
Yeah.
In pick up, I mean, you can play your brother, you can sub, and this guy comes. But now I'm playing those guys from Ginger, I'm playing those guys from Rhino, I'm playing those guys from No Name, etc.
Yeah.
So it was really a group of guys who had come up together, and you guys go and play. You don't even pick a coach from one of these.
But coach. The teams you're mentioning, he has no clue about them.
That's so true.
Yeah, and this league has really evolved a lot, and not just on the player side, but also on the teams. We have a couple of names that when you mention it today, relating with that team, but for people who have been in the system for quite some time, these are teams that they stood so high. You get when we looked at back then when Power was playing, and the young team,
Hitters.
the hitters, like looking up to power, and it was feeding power players. When you look at that team in UCU, which was feeding
UCU
JV, it
Yeah.
was a younger team of like UCU feeding UCU players. When you look at teams
MBC Rocks feeding Miracle.
you get it. So that system then was in a way that there was room for the experienced players, but there was also room for the young players. It's something actually yesterday we mentioned. Juketo had a quote yesterday. There's a young man at the bench of City
Oilers.
Bamita.
It's called Alawi.
Alawi.
Yeah.
And I was telling myself, you see, there's this. It's good to be on the City Oil team, but being with that kind of skill level that boy has, and being on the bench full time, I feel like this is a guy who could be starting on another team. You get it? So as you remember how those teams used to be in team. They have their big team power.
They have the unders.
Then they have this under where this person is getting experience and minutes. That by the time he joins the big team, there is there's not even phobia. Like he's not timid because he has been playing the game.
Yeah.
You get it? See, that's one of those things. Sometimes, yes, we have the past that we want to relate with what's happening right now in regards to player welfare. How people, the expectations, they've really changed. What we used to play for is not what we're
playing for today.
Wow. Let me bring Gideon on back again as you were trying to build your point of what it was back then and now what you are seeing.
Today.
Yeah.
Now, what has happened today now is, as we're going back to the team owner, what happens now is, for me to be able to give you transport, I need to be able to get it from somewhere. Is that right?
I hear you.
Now, for me to be able to get it from somewhere, it means that somewhere is creating income for me. Now, if you look at our state today, oli manager wa team, naye esente ozijja mu nsawo yo. The basketball is not bringing you back. Yes. Because nebo gama, okay, for example, like you've been to the games, how many fans do you find there?
A lower division, no.
You understand?
Yeah.
Most of the fans you'll see, okay, yes, there will be some fans, but most of the fans are the people of the teams that are going to play after, or the teams that have played before you.
Actually, it brings back to the other topic. There's something we were actually debating. I remember about as we are waiting for these teams to play, as fans, let me say Lugogo, and they're charging 10,000 for the game, but the turn up is very low. Why don't we put 5,000 like entrance so that so kujja naawe nsasula omutwalo gumu ne tuyingira abantu aba to build the momentum of the fan base. Oba kitegeera nti sometimes you go to YMCA, the numbers are small, but people are comfortably loitering, around there, but you're having like 20 people.
I mean, what the federation has done now is a player, like players, even those ones who don't want to say their teams, they are allowed to come. You pay 5,000 if you're the players. They pay 5,000. But if you can't say your team, then we can't. But so now the players pay 5,000.
That's good clarity, I think.
As an individual, as you pay 10,000.
Yes.
Naye nga tetuddayo eri nti amazima go genda otunuliramu manager wa team eno nga maybe he came like here. We say someone came to Lifeline Arena.
Yes.
Got people, we said, oh, you guys, let's make up a team. Maybe I'll manage you guys.
Out of passion.
Out of passion. I'll manage you guys. Exactly. Then, yobedayo omuzanyi. And it is life. True. Togenda kunzije eno kugenda kuzanya nsero gulu. Ongambe nze netere mu transport. Kikalubamu. Ne kati nanga ali wano. Nange ninga gwe just the older. But I've managed to
put us
you guys together and say banange. Okay, me ngenda kutekamu obudde nsome. Coaching, I'll coach you guys, I'll train you guys, I'll move with you guys. I'll put in my effort. But now you're asking this guy into kasala kafuna. Please keep in mind, most of us are within the same income bracket. Ndi kasala kafuna. Kati ayina okuwanira abaana 12. 12 players. We are taking
every weekend.
Even if you're taking them to Ham, that is 10K. That is 10K. That is 120. Nti we bajja wano omwana ajja kujja gambe manager sina ngatto. Are you going to let a kid play in a running shoe, a jogging shoe? No.
For safety and
and a good shoe. Wogule yetaano. next weekend oba ogula ndala.
Inexperience mungatezo.
Next weekend oba ogula ndala. Okitegeera. So you have to really focus. So we're already speaking just for you to say why it is also very hard for, and it's understandable. I was speaking with him the other day, is that it is understandable for you have this court here, but you don't have a team coming from here. Because when somebody sits into it, n'akibalamu n'agamba neetaagayo obukadde 6 buli mwezi outside of team registration and subscription, omwana tagenda gwawo afune injury omuweeyeza panado. No, you have to follow up. So it comes with a very big cross. Now it goes back to the welfare becomes so hard then, because even the person who is supporting the team is speaking from what they are supposed to send back to their homes. True. Or what is supposed to sustain them. True. But they're doing this for passion. So that is where it comes from. Most of us, because the sport itself is not generating income for us, and now that will be the next phase. So how do we get the sport to generate income so that all these teams can benefit? That way, nti ogamba waye kale kantekemu zino million 6 kubanga njafunayo 10. Okitegedde? Njafunayo bwe nfunayo 10 kitegeeza abazanyi sola bagwida jaze empya. So if you are very good manager, notegeera nti omwezi ogudako the next season things are going to be better. So I think that's where it comes from, that the sport itself is not generating money, and everybody who is investing is investing out of passion.
Gordon, let me ask something. And I think we've just had a snippet about it earlier on. About, is it the reason why people are now diverting comfortably to have these regional leagues happening? Tagenda kuva nnyo, Kambe, like, let me say the Eastern Basketball League.
The home area.
The home area. Antino, over kwesesi walieri, nayenga, abere wale nnyo, maybe staying in Walukuba, staying in Jinja Town, where it resorts back to, could that
convenience and comfort?
Could it be the case to that?
I think that is the case. But also remember that okujja kwonga just goli oyita mbuyisi. Once you perform well in your league, kitegeeza olina okukola ki?
Okwambuka.
Olina okwambuka. Bw'oyambuka kitegeeza olina okuteeka mu transport agenda e Kampala.
Yes.
Albeit n'ab'e Kampala balina okujja, but gw'olina okugendayo emirundi 11.
That's
yes, okitegedde kati omuntu atekinze that cross, bwemba temulina sponsor from home, omuntu whoever has taken that cross, are they capable of doing that? Remember, if you have a game in Kampala and you're coming from let's use
the most common one is Gulu.
Gulu. Kirama has to bring his people here. It means from Kampala to Gulu, you have to transport those 12 guys. You have to feed them.
You have to accommodate
them. You take a risk.
At the cost of, maybe if you don't accommodate them, they are bound to play the game with all the fatigue.
I remember once we left Kampala, we had a game in Gulu. It was a game 3. We were playing against, there was a team called Gulu who broke us. We left, we were saying, we unfortunately for us, you see, when you were playing Gulu, the first 2 games are in Kampala.
Yes.
If you get to game 3, you have to go to Gulu the next weekend.
Yes.
So that weekend, we lost game 1. We won game 1, we lost game 2. So we had to go to Gulu. We decided we should travel in the morning. The game was at 3. So we left Kampala at 5.
So you wanted to travel and play the same day and come back?
We got there. We got to Gulu, I think, at like 11. I was like, this is enough time. By the time the game reached, we were exhausted. Those guys just rammed through us. Those guys, they demolished us.
And I've heard about that thing, that when you go to Gulu, when you getting a win there,
when you go to Gulu, getting a W there, you have to be strong. So that is where we're coming. That's where I'm coming from, telling you, kati omuntu okwata team n'agamba,